Welcome to Your Healthy Kitchen from YRMC.
Welcome to Your Healthy Kitchen. I'm your host, Rita Carey Rubin. You know, I've been working in the nutrition field for over 30 years, and I'm still amazed at the incredible ways in which food affects health, including its effects on chronic pain. And while the foods we eat each day can directly influence pain via their impact on levels of inflammation in our joints and tissues, our meals and snacks may also indirectly affect pain through their influence on our microbiome, or the bacteria that grow in our digestive tracts, as well as food's effect on our sense of wellness and mood. And there's a lot of new research being done on chronic pain management, and some wonderful pearls linking food with lower levels of pain have come out of those studies. Briefly, here are a few important guidelines. Fill your meals and snacks with an abundance of colorful fruits and vegetables that contain natural anti-inflammatory phytochemicals. Cut way back on the amount of added sugar that you consume. Read labels carefully because sugar is a big inflammation booster and it's added to a lot of the processed foods we eat each day. Power up your plate with fresh herbs and spices for big flavor and anti-inflammatory power. And be finicky about fat. The fats found in fried and fast foods are probably the worst out there for triggering the inflammation that underlines a lot of chronic pain. And cooking at home more can help you follow these pain-reducing diet guidelines. But I hear from a lot of folks who suffer with pain that standing, chopping, picking up heavy pans, and other movements involved in cooking are sometimes just too hard to handle. Fortunately, there are some tricks that can help. So try preparing your meals in stages at the times of the day when you feel the best. For example, you might chop up some onions and other veggies in the morning and store them in the refrigerator to use in a dinner soup or stir fry. In the afternoon, prepare some chicken or other simple protein to cook with your veggies later in the day. Prepare enough food so you can have leftovers that you can freeze or refrigerate and use on the days when you're just not up for fixing yourself a meal from scratch. Rely on healthy, pre-chopped, fresh or frozen vegetables, or prepared jarred sauces like pestos, marinaras, or olive tapenade to brighten up a simple meal of rotisserie chicken, pasta, or grilled meat or fish. In addition, grocery delivery or the many meal delivery services available these days can lighten up meal prep and responsibilities. There are also a lot of really great kitchen tools that can help you with chopping and blending and just making meals without having to stand in the kitchen for very long. And I brought some of my favorite tools along with me today. So first are food processors. And these come in different sizes. There are small food processors like this one, which are really good for chopping small amounts of vegetables and herbs and nuts. Blending simple things like pestos and dressings. Larger food processors that have attachments that can also chop and slice and shred are really indispensable tools in the kitchen. A pressure cooker is a wonderful tool as well. Pressure cookers will reduce the amount of time it takes to cook healthy whole grains and beans. You can cook beans from dry. You don't even have to remember to soak them overnight. And they'll cook in about 20 to 30 minutes. There's also some great tools for chopping. This one is called a Full Star, and it comes with a bunch of attachments that help you to chop vegetables in small or larger pieces, as well as grate and slice, and it even has a few attachments so that you can make things like zoodles. They're spiralized zucchini noodles, and it's really easy to use. I'll show you how fast it can be to chop an onion. So you pull up this, and in this, right now I have a small knife that's going to dice my onion up, a small blade, and that just fits right in there. You lock it together, you put the onion right there, and it helps to cut these things, in maybe thirds or fourths. Don't put really big vegetables on there because it's a little hard for it to chop. I'm just going to turn this around, and you give it a little whack. There we go. Takes a little bit of force, but you can just chop really, really fast. And the thinner you slice it, I should have sliced that a little bit thinner. You just give it a little bit of a whack and it'll cut really easily. Another easy tool that I just discovered is called a jar key. And if you go online and just Google jar key, super easy tool that just fits underneath the lid of most jars. You pop it, you hear a little pop, and boom, it's so easy to open. I know I often have a hard time opening these jars, and this makes it really, really simple. Another easy tool is it's called a spider scooper or a spider strainer, or just a regular old-fashioned wire strainer that you can use if you're boiling things like pasta. So you don't have to pull up or pick up a big heavy pot of boiling water. You can use this and scoop it out, and makes things a lot easier. Another great tool is a bamboo steamer. These are really, really super easy, old-fashioned, been around for a really long time. And you can cook a whole meal in this very lightweight tool. There are a few layers to it. The bottom layer, you can put things like fish or chicken, things that might cook relatively quickly when they're steamed. I like to put some fish and then layer some fresh herbs on top to help flavor it. Then put the next layer on and you've got a place to put some vegetables that'll go with your meal. Put on the top and stick it on a pan of boiling water. And it'll all steam together and you have an instant ready to eat meal. There's also slow cookers or crock pots, and then some of the new Instant pots are really, really great tools. They come in different sizes. This is a 6-quart size. It's a crock pot or slow cooker combined with a pressure cooker. And it's really neat because it's electric. It has a timer where you can tell it when to start cooking. It'll also stop cooking when the timer goes off, and it'll just hold your food and keep it warm. So again, you don't have to be standing around in the kitchen for a very long time. And lastly, a blender. For those days when you're really struggling, pull out your blender, make yourself a healthy, anti-inflammatory, nutrient-packed smoothie, like the one we're going to make right now. It's one of my favorite. It's a mango green smoothie, and it just uses a few simple ingredients. So first off, about 2 cups of fresh baby spinach. Those dark green colors are really important anti-inflammatory colors. About 1.5 cups of frozen mango. You could also use frozen peaches or frozen pineapple. About 1 tablespoon of flaxseed. And flax is a wonderful source of really good fiber. And also omega-3 fatty acids, which are anti-inflammatory fats. A small lime or 1/2 of a large lime that's been peeled just adds a little bit of zest to the smoothie. A little bit of fresh parsley. I just take off some of the bigger stems and chop it up just a little bit. And parsley, if you remember, fresh herbs and spices are really, really loaded with anti-inflammatory chemicals. So that's a wonderful thing to add to anything that you're eating. And then I throw in about 1/2 cucumber. Peel it, because cucumber peel can be a little bitter. And throw that in there, and this adds a nice light flavor as well to the smoothie. I'll just chop it a little bit. And then you just need some liquid. It could be just plain water, which is what I have here. Or you could use coconut water. You could add some sort of milk or nut milk for a little extra flavor and protein. And we'll fire it up. There we go. go. Just an instant healthy meal or snack. You could also add a little extra protein in the form of some nuts, especially cashew nuts go really well in here because they blend up really, really easily. Isn't that gorgeous? So lots of anti-inflammatory healing chemicals in this glass. So remember to check out all of our videos and recipes, which are packed with colorful vegetables or fruit, fresh herbs and spices, and lots of anti-inflammatory phytochemicals at yrmchealthconnect.org. You can also follow me on Facebook, where I share photos, recipes, and mini videos of the foods I make at home, plus links to some of my favorite cooking blogs and local food and garden-related events. Until next time, eat well, drink well, feel well, and I'll see you soon.